Have you ever analysed the word antibiotic? What does antibiotic mean? It means against, that's anti. What does biotic mean? Life. If we're living organisms, we've got to get away from the kill mentality, because anything that has the ability to kill a small organism has the potential to kill a large. Steve goes home, shuts all the windows, doesn't want a draft, breathing in his own waste, has lots of cups of coffee, takes his antibiotics, and within a couple of days he's feeling a little better and he goes back to work. Let's have a look. 5 years later. He's starting to cough up blood. He has a terrible problem with jock itch, anal itch. What's that all coming from? It's coming from the antibiotic, because an antibiotic is a mould. Alexander Fleming, 1929, he's growing bacteria in flasks in his laboratory. He comes in one morning and all his bacteria is dead. And he knew Newton's third law of motion: to every action there's an equal and an opposite reaction. Why his bacteria died. So he looks around the laboratory, nothing there could have done it, but there's an open window. And the sun's coming in and he sees a heavy dust on the sun's rays and it's landing on his bacteria. So he searches where it's coming from, and in the next window next story there's an open window, and in the open window there's a plate of fruit, and in the plate of fruit there's a mouldy orange. And the dust from the mouldy orange came down, settled on his bacteria and killed it. He called the mould penicillium. Now the mould waste is more toxic than the mould. And it's the mould waste that was landing on his bacteria. So the mould waste he called penicillic acid. And that penicillic acid is the penicillin that we know today. And penicillic acid has saved the lives of millions. There's no doubt about that. But I love Florence Nightingale's story because this was 80 years before antibiotics. And the death rate went from 50% to 2%. And unfortunately, because of antibiotics, people go to the antibiotics and forget the true cause of disease. Notice that these microorganisms adapt and adjust. And when antibiotics, which kill, when they're constantly thrown at the bacteria, you know what that bacteria starts to do? Adapt and adjust. You've heard of golden staph? Golden staph strikes fear in the hearts of many people because this is a microorganism that adapt and adjusted and hardly anything will kill it. That's why it's important to know what the microorganisms are and know what their role is. To date, they have tested millions. I used to say 5 million, and my husband, who's my biggest critique, if I pass Michael, I'll pass anyone, he says 5 million, that's over the top. I said, search me out, investigate. He came back, he said 25 million. Different moulds, yeasts and funguses. And every mould can have 3 or 4 different types of mould wastes.